Come up here and tell everyone your story. This I just learned about in Chicago. The owner of his box told me this story, and then I invited him to come here. So come over here and tell everyone what happened. Wherever you want. Just don't take over the whole seminar.
Okay. All right. And I'll keep it short and sweet. So, yeah, this happened to me about a year ago. I'm a CrossFit Journal junkie, and I had actually seen the ATM video, and actually did think that Coach Blauer was kind of crazy. Didn't really know what that was all about, but just like a couple weeks after I had seen the video, I was going to my box where I coach the 5:30 a.m. classes, and so I opened up the gym on my own by myself. So it's like, that's the scenario, right? It's like dark, by myself, and I see these three guys that are standing off in the corner, kind of like up against the wall. And as I parked my car, I was just kind of like, that's kind of weird. I never see people, just sort of standing there. And as I got out of my vehicle and started walking towards the front door, they kind of stepped away, and I noticed they started kind of following me. And the box that we were at that time had glass all in front, and so I could kind of see in the reflection, like, what the hell, like, these guys are totally, like, walking right towards me. And at that moment, I started kind of having that premonition, like, oh shit, like something bad is about to happen. Something bad is going down here. And around that same time, talking about kind of with that whole loop of like, those neural associations that you were talking about earlier. One of the things that in our community at that time, there were a few guys that were going around mugging people, and so that kind of started my wheels going. I'm like, oh man, these must be the guys. These might be the guys that are going around beating people up, kicking them in the head and everything. So as I walked up to the door, I suddenly got that feeling that, like, man, I can't get back to my vehicle now. Like, they've already like covered too much ground, so it would be awkward to like try to run around them. And if I open the door and they get me inside there, like, they're gonna just have their way with me. There's gonna be kettlebells right there on the floor, just inside the door. I kind of had a vision, someone could like smash my head in. So suddenly I got this kind of click where I was like, I gotta take control of this. I gotta do something, or I'm gonna be completely out of control, and then I'm not gonna make it. So I got this idea, kind of like from the ATM video, where changing the situation, devaluing yourself, and making them sort of think that like you're not someone that they want to mess with. So I took my key to go in the door, and I kind of jiggle it like I'm having problems, and I shake the door a little bit, and I go, "Fuck! Damn it! Why would you do that?" And I turn around, and it was pretty cool because like these guys were coming right at me, right? So like I'm all pumped up, like freaking. Even like, I don't know if you've ever done this. Like when you lift something really, I just freaked the shit out of a lot.
That's awesome.
So I don't know if you've ever gone like to lift something really heavy, like giving yourself that warrior cry. It's kind of like that, I guess. Total adrenaline dump. I'm shaking and everything. And I turn around. I'm ready now. I'm just like, if shit's going down, like they're gonna get pretty messed up. So I turn around, and all three of them simultaneously, they do this. And they walked away around to the other side of the building, and then me shaking went back to my car, sat down, and kind of had the jitters for quite a while, and then finally, I think I waited until someone else showed up, and then finally I went and opened up the gym. So.
Isn't that freaking awesome? Anyone have any questions? Could you see he went right through the fear loop? He visualized someone getting kettlebells and smashing him in the head. He went, and he just, at that point, that challenge or threatened door, didn't use the same terminology, but went right through that same fear loop. And that was, he hadn't done the training. That's how intuitive it is. This is what you can do, is proactively anticipate, learn that stuff. And what it does is it just shortens how long you spend in that fear loop. You go, I got to get my shit together now. Did anyone have any questions for him?
Just a quick question. I'm assuming this was not very long at all, but what was the approximate time frame from the moment that you parked until all that, when they turned around?
Man, I don't know.
I'm sure it was minutes.
Not even a minute.
It's amazing.
10 seconds. I mean, from where I park my car, where I would park my car normally is like just across the street from the door, maybe a distance of 40 feet. So, I'm actually probably lucky I had that amount of time, because definitely like without any of this type of training, like I think I was in that denial and fear loop for a while before I finally came to my senses and was like, I've got to do something, you know? Like, so it probably was a good thing that they were a fair distance away from me. I did have that time approaching the door to kind of work through that whole thing.
He's happy he had that 40 feet in 10 seconds. That was a joke. So that happens. That's really fast. The thing about this is, all you'd done is seen the ATM video once, and it was enough to plant a mental blueprint for an option to make something happen. And it's just, that's why we say plan. It seems goofy, goal, action, result. How do I get to safety? What do I do? It activates part of your brain that just says, hey, what do you need to do here? And it can't be, what's the move? It can't be from jiu-jitsu. It can't be from Krav Maga. It can't be from pressure point control tactics. It's got to be, what do I need to do here? And then I make stuff happen. It may be accidentally, incidentally part of that toolbox, but very often it's something as creative as that. You want that behavioral manipulation of, you know, and it's like you said when we talked about it, you know, what gave you the idea was like the domestic issues, an angry person having, you know, what was it?
I think I even said, like, why would she do that? You know, I think one of the things from the video was that Coach Blower had said was, you know, make it look like you don't have money, right? Like hitting the cancel button so that, you know, the transaction is stopped. Now you don't have any property, and then, you know, continuing on that story, like that bitch took all my money,
right?
You know, so like no one wants to mess with someone who's really upset, and now you've kind of built up this story, like, not only is he kind of like a crazy dude that's having a really horrible day, but he's also got women issues too behind this. Like, this guy's really not right. He's kind of psycho, and I probably don't want to mess with him. So.
You know, and the other thing is, hey, God forbid the fight's going to start. What did you just do? What would happen? Let's say the guy goes, you know what? I don't want your property. I want your body now. I want to fight you. You know, you triggered your own adrenaline dump with that primal scream. So you're almost like, let's fucking go, you know?
Yeah.
So, but usually what we find is, remember, get to the left of the ambush. He acted on a bad feeling, you know, and you're not going to leave here today and then, God forbid, something happens and you recognize it. You're not going to go, hey, look at that. I didn't have an adrenaline dump. I didn't hesitate. I didn't visualize anything negative, because that's bullshit. What the map is and the cycle behavior is, it's a compass for you to go, I'm over here, I need to get here. And you may wallow in self-pity for 5 seconds or 5 days, but you always know where you are. It's not the same as being lost. It's like, I need to get here. That's real different than, I don't know where to go. Does that make sense? Cool. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Good stuff.